Let's get
Metaphysical.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Trell here, coming at you guys with another deck profile. First thing first, I want to shout out Ink Gaming. They're the one that gave us this beautiful playmat right here. If you actually use the code APS10 when you go over there to check out for anything, you get 10% off any orders. Just want to throw that out there. They got some cool shit. Go check it out. Now, on to this profile, because I got some cool shit too. We playing Metaphys, y'all. Y'all know we got some new cards in this past set in Cyho. I'm really excited about it. This is one of my favorite decks. More recent favorite decks, and now it's even cooler. So here we go. First things first, we got triple Metaphys Ragnarok. This is your tuner, level 4, and they're all worms, which is pretty cool. This effect is when it's normal or special summon, you're going to banish the top 3 cards of your deck. It gains 300 attack for each banished Metaphys card on the field. For each Metaphys card that you banished. Also, whenever this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can special summon the Metaphys monster from your deck. Each fix hard once return, but it's really cool because a lot of your Metaphys monsters say when they're special summoned by a Metaphys monster, do X, Y, or Z. So this card is really good. It's pretty much like a startup card. This is pretty much your Candina. It's pretty freaking awesome. Next, triple Metaphys Nephthys. This card is whenever it's special summoned by the effect of a Metaphys monster, it banishes all set spells and traps on the field. It kind of sucks that it says set. But there's other cards in this archetype that kind of help mitigate that because by the fact that it says set kind of makes it bad. But the other effect of it is that whenever it's banished, during the next standby phase, you shuffle it back into the deck and then you get to search out a Metaphys card. So that's always a cool thing about it. This was originally our number 1 searcher, but now we got a better one. But this card's still pretty good because you're getting rid of back row. Next is probably one of my favorite and the lowest rarity one. Well, second lowest rarity one, but whatever. Metaphys Duelist. My blue boy. Pretty much this card is whenever it's special summoned by a Metaphys monster, you get to banish all other special summon monsters on the field, which is really freaking awesome. This is really good. We're not destroying, we're not sending things to the graveyard, we're not targeting, we're just banishing. I love this card, so you knew I had to play it at 3. Whenever this card is banished, you're actually going to get to shuffle it back on your next standby phase. You're going to shuffle it back into the deck, and then you banish another card from your deck, another Metaphys card from your deck, which is really cool. Next, we're going to play double Metaphys Tyrant Dragon. Whenever it's special summoned by the effect of a Metaphys monster, it's unaffected by trap cards for that turn. Also, whenever it's banished, on your next standby phase, you're going to shuffle it back into the deck, and then it allows you to special summon a Metaphys monster from the hand. And that thing's like banished during the end phase. And so that was like the biggest problem that all these this deck had, is that everything worked on the next turn after. So it was really good, but it also had like wait a turn to actually do something. So that's always a problem. But Konami, thank you guys for listening. You kind of fixed that. Our next card was one of the new ones, one of my new little babies, Metaphys Decoy Dragon. So this card pretty much says that whenever one of your monsters is targeted for an attack, you're going to target one of your banished Metaphys monster, banish this card, and if you do, you're going to special summon that monster to the field. And what makes that really good is the fact that this card gets banished before that monster hits the field. So once this card leaves the field and that monster hits the field, it counts as that monster being special summoned by a Metaphys monster, whether this was a monster or in the pendulum zone. So that monster that was summoned also gets its effect if it has any. The only downside is that it specifically works for attacks only and not actually effects, but I guess Konami felt like there wasn't many effects that could actually bother this deck, so I'm cool with that. It's still pretty good though. We run it at 2, your preference, and also I like the fact that it's a level 2 because we have the level 4 tuner, so now I can make level 6 plays and just little cheeky stuff like that. Next for the monsters, I run a double Honest just because everything's light and sometimes we just want to get big and nobody really expects Honest anymore these days, but Honest is so good, it's a game winner, so it doesn't need any explanation there. That's Honest. Next, double Necroface. Go ahead and give it back to us at 3, Konami. Stop playing. Whenever this card is normal summon, you're gonna shuffle back any banished card from both players. Banish zone back into the deck. It gains 100 attack for each one. Also, when it's banished, both players are gonna banish the top 5 cards of their deck. Which is really good. This works really well with Ghost Arc, obviously. So I'm banishing my top 5. I'm hitting Metaphys cards. I'm getting effects off. Really, really awesome. I love this card. Pretty damn good. Next, we got Double Eater of Million, the party one. It's pretty much you're all about banishing things. So we're just gonna bring this mug out here and we're just gonna start punching. And what's really cool is that you can banish from the extra deck because you really don't need your extra deck that much with this deck. So just make him big and just start punching through. He's just another card for banishing. So we just like to banish. We're not destroying. We're not sending. We're not targeting. We're just banishing. Just get out of here. You're going to the Shadow Realm. Live with it. Love it. Last but not least, we're gonna play one good old Collapse Servant because it's really awesome. So in the event that any of your Metaphys monsters actually hit the graveyard and you want to be able to banish them to do something with, you're gonna use this card because pretty much it's just a free special summon. It's a free monster. Just banish that Metaphys monster. Special summon is you got an effect that's about to go off. Plus you got a free 1800 beater, and it's super rare. So it's pretty cool. Next, you got your spell cards. One defigure because we're trying to banish stuff, so we want all monsters to be banished. We don't care if you kill our monsters, we just want you to banish it. That helps out a lot. Next, double pot of duality. You find that you don't do a lot of special summoning on your turn. You do a lot more on your opponent's turn, so this card isn't that much of a threat. But I'm only running it at 2 as opposed to 3 because of the fact that there are times when you do a lot of special summoning on your turn, especially thanks to the newer cards. So 2 is good enough. We're just trying to see certain things, and then we just control the game from there. The best card in the deck, of course, is triple gold sort. We banish anything, we get effects. So our monsters, we even have a trap card that gets an effect. This card is really, really good. Always been good. Next, this card is pretty amazing. We play Metaphys Factor. Pretty much each turn you get to normal summon one level 5 or higher Metaphys monster without tributing it, which is awesome. But you have to banish it during the end phase of the next turn. No big deal. Also, your opponent can activate cards or effects in response to your Metaphys monsters' effect activations, which is really, really awesome. And that's what I was telling you guys about the Metaphys Nephthys, is that even though it only says set trap cards, set a spell of traps, if they're all set anyway, it doesn't matter because this card's on the field and Nephthys hits the field. You know what I mean? They can't activate them anyway, so they're set. They're all gone. Oh, sorry. I run 2. My bad. I run 2. I want to see this card. It's a really good card. It's a Metaphys card. But yeah, so run 2 of that. You get a free normal summon of a big monster. It gets banished, which actually works with the mechanic, and also your opponent can't respond to their effect activating. You can't beat that in anything. Next, we're gonna play triple as Metaphys. This is pretty much like a draw card. Pretty much, you get to discard a Metaphys card to draw a card. And depending on whose turn it is, if a Metaphys monster is banished, you get the effect. And the only problem with that is mandatory, but you get the effect depending on whose turn it is. On your turn, all monsters on the field lose 500 attack and defense except for Metaphys monsters. On your opponent's turn, you're changing all monsters' battle positions. So it's still pretty good either way. Like, this card actually shitted on me one time online. I had like a full field, and he banished something, just turned all my monsters to defense, and it sucked. But anyway, this card's really good. We just run it 3 because we like draw power. We like just being able to get through the deck and do more things. So. And it's another Metaphys card, so we're still doing Metaphys things. Next, just something I'm taking in, which is pretty cool. Like I said, in the event that your monsters actually go to the graveyard, because once your opponent finds out you're trying to banish things, they're going to try to stop it. We're playing one monster, Reborn. Pretty much you're gonna select 3 monsters in your graveyard. Your opponent chooses one. You special summon that one. You banish the other 2. Once again, we're just working with the thing. You don't really play any hand traps, so anything that they banish is most likely going to be a Metaphys monster anyway. So sure, that's fine. Go ahead, give me something that I want. Next, we're trying out another one of the new cards we got. Crossbreed. You're going to banish 2 monsters from your hand with the same type and attribute, but different names, to search out another monster with the same type and attribute, with also a different name. So you're banishing 2 different names to search out a third different name, and those effects activate as well. And it's a hard once per turn. I wish that it wasn't, but I guess I understand why. But this card is really, really awesome. So I only play that 2 because, of course, it's a hard once per turn. But this just allows you to just start your plays off. Turn 1, you got a whole handful of Metaphys monsters. Go get what you want. Just go get what you want. Start plays. Banish your 2 big monsters. Go get your Metaphys Ragnarok. Start more plays. We're banishing, and it's lovely. Freaking awesome. Thank you, Konami. Next for the traps, 1 Macrocosmo, because we are still banishing things. Double Waterfall of Dragon Souls. Pretty much you just use this to search out worm cards. It's a trap card. You set it, activate it, search out your worms, get your plays going. It's pretty darn good. Next, we're doing Metaphys Dimension. If your opponent special summons the monster, I think except during the damage step, you can target one of your banished Metaphys monster and special summon it, but you have to banish it during the end phase of the next turn. Now, if your other Metaphys card in its own possession is banished while this card is already face up on your field, you can target one card your opponent controls and banish it. So it's just like free spot removal, plus you're also banishing stuff, so you're still working with the whole Metaphys theme of that. So this card is really good. Last but not least, the best card in the deck, and the reason why you guys should play this deck, is Metaphys Ascension. So you discard 1 Metaphys card and you draw a card, then you can banish 1 Metaphys monster from your deck, which is really awesome. And also this card says that if this card is banished, which is really good, if this card is banished, search out any other Metaphys card in the deck that you want. So it's pretty freaking awesome. Thank you, Konami. This card is probably the best card in there. I mean, Ghost Shark's the best, but because it makes all the plays. But this card makes it so that you're not a turn 2 deck anymore. You're not a deck that requires setup and then a response from your opponent. This card says that you go Ghost Shark on the first turn, you banish this card, you get another starter card, and you get to make plays that turn. Really freaking awesome. Only other thing Konami could have done to make this deck a little bit better was to actually have made this a Metaphys card. Now, if this was the Metaphys card, this deck would be tier 1. I don't care what anybody says. But thank you, Konami, for Metaphys Ascension. This card is amazing. On to the extra deck. We're going to make it real quick and easy because you really don't care about the extra deck. It's totally up to you. But these are just things that I chose to run because I like to be trolly. 1 Hippo Shinigami. He's a little hip-hop and snopinist. He's all your monsters are light, so it's pretty much self-explanatory. And also the fact that if he dies, if one of your Metaphys monsters actually hits the graveyard, you can recur that back, which is really cool. We play double Metaphys Horus, just because it gets effects. Pretty much, if you use your level 4 Ragnarok and you use the new little guy, the decoy, pretty much you're getting the effect on negating something, and you're also you're making your opponent give you a monster as well, which is really, really awesome. We play one Goyo Guardian because it's a level 6 and you get to take stuff. So, you know, people forget what this card even does, and some people don't even know what it does. But whenever you kill the monster by battle, since to the graveyard, you spare something to your side of the field. Pretty awesome. Really old, pretty awesome. Want to start a Spark Dragon? It's another level 8. You run enough level 4 to where you can actually play it. Pretty much it's just there to like stop your opponent from like blowing up your Macrocosmo, blowing up your field spell, blowing up your monsters. It's just there just to keep plays around. Love it. Next, Angel of Zera, another trolley level 8. Pretty much whenever this card is banished, it just gets come back to the field. It's Giant Rex on crack. This card is amazing. Also, it gains 100 attack for each of your opponents. I think banished cards. So it's always gonna be big because you're playing Necrophage and things like that. You're always banishing things. You play Defissure, you play Macro. This card gets really, really big. And like I said, they can't kill it, especially if you got Macro on the field, because he just goes banished and comes right back. He's just too good. Gotta play him. We're still doing a lot of level manipulation, so we're doing Star Eater. You got your level 4 Tony, your level 7 monster. You make this guy pretty much. You see, 3,200 attack. When it declares an attack, it's unaffected by everything, so it's just a big old beater. Like, we just want big monsters. Pretty much this deck is full of big monsters that do weird things, and the extra deck's no different. Next, you got Baguska, the little drunk guy. In the pinch, if you feel like you have to do a little stalling, everybody knows Baguska's real. Once again, we're trying to do a lot of damage, so we got the Utopia package. Self-explanatory for that. Draco Sack, because we play level 7s. Big guy, because we play level 7, they're really good. We spell removal, spot removal, and we taking stuff, because y'all know Trell likes to take things. Divine Dragonite Felgrand, another rank 8 that pretty much has a really cool effect, where it's just unaffected by things. Like, if you get into that case where you need to out something, and that's pretty much what it's there for. Last but not least, we're playing a Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon, and we're going to mess it up with a full armor Photon Dragon. You literally just make this to make this. This on the field, all it does is get bigger. It becomes about 6,000 attack, which is okay. But you just make this, drop this on top of this. This allows you to detach a material to blow up a face-up card, and you swing it in for 4K. So that's what they're there for. In the case that you actually have to use your extra deck, but 9 times out of 10 you won't, because you're going to banish all this stuff for either a millionth anyway. But if you have to, at least make it something cool and useful. So, but yes, everybody, that's the deck. Once again, I think you guys to try it out. You guys should see some duels on this channel with this deck. It's right now, I guess you could say it's a fun deck, but I really think it's a little bit more than a fun deck. Now we got some really good cards for this deck, and as you guys see, there's some really cool support for it. So thank you, Konami. Once again, you guys, we road to 100K. This is Team APS. Check out in-game whenever you guys get a chance. Shout out to Paul Squad. You already know what time it is. It's your boy Trell. Go wash your ass. I'm out.